There's a Mexican horse that's already famous in Europe, in the United States, in Australia, but that in its own country still struggles to be accepted. That's not irony. That's the real story of the Aztec horse. And once you know it, you'll understand why it matters far beyond Charreria. It all began in 1972. A group of Mexican breeders made an ambitious decision to create, from scratch, a national horse. Not to adapt a foreign one, not to import a breed, but to create one. They wanted an animal that could shine in Charreria, perform haute école with precision, and withstand the hard work of the countryside. To do that, they needed to combine what no single breed could offer on its own. They chose 3 bloodlines. From the Andalusian, they took the elegance, the arched neck, that natural gift for classical dressage that makes the horse move as if it were dancing. From the quarter horse, they took the power, the explosive muscle, the short burst speed that makes it effective in ranch work. And from the Mexican Criollo, they inherited something you can't easily buy or breed: the hardiness, the endurance for difficult terrain, the temperament that only the hard life of the countryside can give. The result took 10 years to be officially recognized. In 1982, Mexico's Ministry of Agriculture declared the Aztec a new breed, the first national horse in the country's history. A milestone that should have opened every door. But doors don't open on their own. The Aztec's natural stage was Charreria, Mexico's most representative sport, and that's exactly where it met its greatest resistance. The Charros, guardians of a centuries-old tradition, looked at the Aztec with distrust. To them, the Criollo had proven its worth over decades. The quarter horse had a proven track record. The Aztec, on the other hand, was young. It was new. And in the world of tradition, the new always has to prove much more. It wasn't rejection out of whim. It was a cultural battle. The underlying question was this: can a horse created in a breeder's laboratory replace decades of trust earned in the field? And there's the heart of the problem. Because while the Charros debated that inside Mexico, something curious was happening outside. Breeders in the United States, in Spain, in several countries of Europe saw the Aztec and were fascinated. Its morphology, its versatility, its balance between elegance and strength drew international attention. The horse that couldn't quite gain acceptance in its own land was already a Mexican ambassador abroad. That paradox is still alive today. If this topic interests you and you want to keep discovering the world of the horse, the ranch, and the countryside with the respect they deserve, this is your moment. Subscribe to How It's Farmed, leave your like on this video, and share it with someone who loves horses as much as you do. Every comment you leave helps us know what you want to see next. We'll be right here. Now, what the critics couldn't deny were the results. In Charreria trials, the Aztec showed power and steadiness. In classical dressage, it surprised everyone with its intelligence and the ease with which it learned complex movements. On long ranch days, it delivered endurance without losing its noble character. Those who dared to ride it came away convinced of one thing: this wasn't an experiment, it was a complete horse. Physically, the Aztec stands between 1.50 and 1.60 meters at the withers. Its body is compact and muscular. It has the arched neck of the Andalusian, the muscle mass of the quarter horse, and the toughness of the Criollo. When you see it move, it doesn't look like a cross. It looks like a synthesis, as if the 3 breeds had each given up exactly the right thing, so the result would be its own. And that leads to the heaviest burden the Aztec carries: comparison. Many measure it against the breeds that formed it. They compare it with the Andalusian in elegance, with the quarter horse in speed, with the Criollo in hardiness. And in those individual comparisons, it will always lose something. But nobody is measuring it correctly, because the Aztec wasn't designed to be better at one thing. It was designed to be very good at everything. That versatility is its identity. It doesn't compete in a single discipline. It can perform the horse dances that are part of Mexican culture, work long days in the field, and take part in international equestrian competitions. It's the same horse doing different things, and in the equestrian world, that's exceptional. More than 50 years after its creation, the Aztec is still a work in progress. Not in the sense that it's incomplete, but in the sense that each generation of breeders works to fine-tune the balance that defines it. Genetic selection continues. The standard is refined, and with every foal that's born, the breed consolidates a little more. But there's something that doesn't depend on the breeders. It depends on the charros, on the riders, on the public. The Aztec's future is tied to the opportunity it's given inside Mexico, because if it doesn't find that definitive place in its own land, the paradox will continue. Famous abroad, secondary at home. And this is where the horse's story becomes a mirror of something bigger. Mexico was born of mestizaje, born of the union of different cultures, different bloods, different traditions that mixed to create something new, something that was neither one thing nor the other, but something of its own. The Aztec was born in exactly the same way, and its name wasn't chosen by chance. It pays homage to the civilization that built empires with discipline and culture. With that name, it carries the weight of representing Mexico. It's not just a competition horse, it's not just a working animal. It's a living symbol of what Mexico can create when it decides to do so with intention and pride. Every gallop of the Aztec carries within it a question that still has no definitive answer. Will it be fully recognized at home, or will it remain a prophet without honor in its own land? What is certain is that it has decades ahead of it. Its story is young, and young stories can still be written any way at all. What doesn't change is this: the Aztec was born with a mission to represent Mexico, and every time a rider mounts it, every time it executes a perfect movement in a charreada, every time a breeder in another country decides to bet on it, that mission moves one step forward. The most Mexican horse in the world is still searching for its place in Mexico, and that, curiously, is also very Mexican.